Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Habibina al-Mustafa wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Summa amma ba'd. My name is Amir Irfan bin Muhammad Najmin. My is number 2023 64,414. I'm from Group 1 S12. So for our biology assignment today, we would like to talk about rabies. So before we proceed, let's take a moment for me to introduce my other group members. Let's start with my friend right here, Amirul Mu'min. Then we got Adam Irfan, myself, Amir Irfan, and last but not least, our fellow members, Danish Iman. So before we dive deeper into our subject, let's ensure we are on the same page by understanding what actually rabies is. Rabies is a vaccine-preventable viral disease which occurs in more than 150 countries and territories. It causes tens of thousands of deaths every year, mainly in Asia and Africa, 40% of whom are children under 50 years of age. So right next, we will like to talk about the typical signs and symptoms of rabies often includes. In initial stage, it is similar to those of the flu, fever, headache, and generally feeling unwell. But as soon as the disease progresses, the person can experience delirium, which is a mental state in which you are confused, disoriented, and not able to think or remember clearly. Abnormal behavior and hallucination, as well as the infamous hydrophobia and foaming at the mouth related to the paralysis of swelling muscles.
So moving on to what causes rabies. So number one is virus transmission. Rabies is caused by a virus called the rabies virus. This virus belongs to the Rhabdoviridae family and the Lissa virus genus. Number two, the animal bite. The most common mode of transmission to humans is through the saliva of infected animals, typically through a bite. However, it can also be transmitted if infected saliva comes into contact with open wounds or numerous membranes. Number three, reservoir hosts. In nature, rabies virus is maintained in certain animal populations known as reservoir hosts. This can include domestic animals like dogs, cats, and livestock, as well as wild animals like bats, raccoons, skunks, and foxes.
As you can see in this slide, you can see the some ways suggested to prevent yourself from getting infected by rabies. So from the first point, you can see that you have to get your pets vaccinated. You may need to ask the veterinarian how often your pets need to be vaccinated to gain good immunities against rabies. The next point is to get your pet well confined. So in this scenario, you have to keep your pets inside, and if you want to bring them outside, you have to make sure you supervise them to not get contact with wild animals. And if you have small animals such as kittens, it is fully recommended to not bring them outside because they have weak immunities against rabies, and plus they cannot be vaccinated yet at their small ages. And the last thing is, make sure you keep yourself away from the wild animals. To know if the animals are wild or not, you can see from their behavior if they are brave enough to give a threat to you or not. If you get bitten or overexposed to the wild animals, make sure you go to the nearby hospital or clinic to get the medical attention from doctors to so the doctor can define if you have getting affected by rabies or not. That's all.
So, for our conclusion, rabies is a deadly viral disease that affects the central nervous system of mammals, including humans. Prevention effort, including widespread vaccination of both domestic animal and wildlife, alongside public education on avoiding contact with potentially infected animals, are crucial in controlling the spread of rabies and reducing human fatalities. Continue research into improved vaccine and treatment is essential to further mitigate the threat posed by this deadly disease. That's all for our group. Thank you.